Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a brew built around Kheru Goldkeeper, this new card from Tarkir. Dragonstorm, 4 mana for 3/3, dragon with flying, and whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, you create a treasure token. Has a renew ability. Not really going to use that too often with this, but we are trying to combo off with the Goldkeeper, and there's a 3-card combo in Standard that I thought about. I haven't seen this posted anywhere else, but it does basically win you the game almost all the time when you assemble the 3 cards, and there's some redundancy. So the Scavenging Ooze, which lets you pay 1 green to exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature, you get a +1/+1 counter and gain a life. Pretty decent card on its own. Also, the Keen-Eyed Curator gives you the ability to exile a card from a graveyard for 1 mana, and then it can get buffed if there's like more card types. So also a decent card, just a 2 mana 3/3, not bad. So these 2 cards are kind of redundant pieces to the combo. And then the missing piece here is the Scavenger's Talent. So this is 1 mana whenever one or more creatures you control die, create a food token, and the ability triggers only once each turn. But level 2 is kind of what we're after. Level 2 is whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. Level 3 says at the beginning of your end step, you can sacrifice 3 other non-land permanents. You can do return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. That can be useful, actually. Can come up if your creatures die or get milled. And you can use this ability to bring, for example, the Goldkeeper back during your end step and actually combo during your end step. So let me explain the combo. If you haven't figured it out already, it's level 2 here. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. Now the permanent you're sacrificing over and over again is the treasure token that's created by the Kheru Goldkeeper, right? So it says whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, you create a treasure token. Now, the way to make a card leave your graveyard is with one of these, and each of these conveniently just costs 1 mana, which you can use the mana from the treasure token itself. So essentially, you need to have like 1 card in your graveyard to start this combo, essentially, so you can target the card with the Scavenging Ooze or the Keen-Eyed Curator. But if you have level 2, this out, and one of these, you target the card in your graveyard, it triggers the Goldkeeper to make a treasure, you sacrifice the treasure, you mill yourself for 2, right? And you use the mana to remove one of the cards that you milled, and you go through the loop again and again and again. Now, you might think this is just milling yourself. Well, yeah, it is. You're going to mill yourself. However, you're only exiling one of the cards that you mill, and this is milling 2 cards. So you end up with basically your entire graveyard in your entire deck in your graveyard. But then you can use the ability again here over and over again for the other half of the cards in your graveyard to then start targeting your opponent with the level 2 ability here, because it's a target player, not just yourself, and mill them out completely. So basically mill your entire deck, exile all the cards from your graveyard, and you mill your opponent's entire deck. You pass the turn and then you win the game. So that's the theory of how this works. A 3-card combo. These cards are decent on their own. This card is just a 4 mana 3/3 is really, terrible rate. So, don't expect this to be the most competitive combo, but it does kind of win you the game essentially on the spot, unless your opponent has some anti-mill cards or something like that, or has a huge library. There may be some even argument for playing like 61 or 62 cards in this deck to make sure you don't mill yourself, or there's enough cards to do it. But I found in the games that it didn't really matter, that between Scavenger's Talent and also cards that put other cards in your own graveyard gives you more resources basically to have enough to mill your opponent out. So for example, the Cash Grab mills yourself for 4, puts itself in the graveyard, gives yourself some extra cards in your graveyard that you can use when you're going through this loop to make sure you have enough to mill your opponent out. Cash Grab, useful because it finds any permanent, and these are all permanent cards, so it kind of helps you there. Playing the Wishclaw Talisman. In the first game, I had the Invasion here. I think I was playing with Invasion instead of Wishclaw. Not sure which one is better, but I think Wishclaw is a little better because you get any card. This is only the top 5. But both are decent. You could experiment with it. Seed of Hope, kind of the similar idea. Gains you some life, put some cards in the graveyard, which can be useful, and then gets any permanent card. So kind of looking for these one of those 3 cards. Cut down, Duress, some interaction, Llanowar Elves, some mana acceleration, just a really good card if you're playing green. And yeah, you kind of need to protect your combo a little bit here. Duress is good for taking out some removal spells. One of Glissa just to kind of hold the ground, eats up removal from your opponent, so can be useful in that regard. And then kind of a slew of 3-color lands here. So that's basically the deck. Let's see. The first game, I'm recording this after I played some of the games. The first game I'll show you, I think, was a bit of an issue, because one of the issues with this combo is that you run out of time, the timer, and there's so many clicks involved in it when you're playing on Arena. So I definitely don't necessarily recommend this for Arena. You do have to maybe practice and be quick with all your clicks. In paper, it's much easier to just demonstrate the loop and do this and win that way. But on Arena, it does take quite a bit of time, so I think in the first game I had to pass the turn, hope I didn't die. I actually gained a bunch of life, I think, so it was okay. And then turn passed back to me, because what I realized in that first game was that this says when it leaves the graveyard during your turn. I thought I could do it during my opponent's upkeep and keep milling them, but it's only during your turn, so you do have to be pretty quick with the clicking for this combo, so something to be aware of if you're going to try it out. Anyways, let's jump into games and see the infinite mill combo in action. Okay, opponent goes first. Yay, island here. Keep this. Maybe throw back a land, potentially, or cut down. Let's do a cut down. Oh, should have thrown back the land. Okay. Probably want to cut that down as soon as possible. See if we can get them to pump it in response. No. Better here. Alright. Well, regretting not keeping that as a cut down. Yep. Take the 1. Not bad. Play our Keen-Eyed Curator. Try to get this up to big boy status. Got instant. Oh, wow. Alright. It's fine. Okay, another food token. Okay, level up. Probably want to crack these. Some possibility I use them to get creature back, though. $16. Okay. Scavenging Ooze. Play that out. Let's see, anything? Yeah, there's 1 creature, 2 creatures, 3, yeah. It's pretty good. We'll keep it up as a blocker and just try to exile stuff here. This is up to level 2, correct? Yeah, level 2. Okay. Alright. Exile response. Oh, it does. It's on 4. Okay. But don't I have 2 creatures in my graveyard, right? That's a 5. Okay. Take the 1. Alright, pretty good. Well, we can cut this down. Or they can do anything about it. And I guess we just eat it. And level this up. Might as well just attack. Decline here. Alright, we just need our dragon to go infinite here. Challenger, sure. Hero, okay. Attacks, sure. 15. Do we draw? Ooh, dragon. Alright. It's time, hopefully. It's time. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We use the Scavenging Ooze, exile something from our graveyard. That creates a treasure token. And then just keep going. Graveyard. Creates a treasure. And then crack the treasure for green. Mill ourselves. Okay. Now we just keep going. Exiling stuff from our graveyard. And targeting myself. Okay. Doesn't matter what we exile. Keep going. Eventually gonna mill our whole library here. And yep. We can get the perfect flawless victory. We can sacrifice a food to trigger this as well. Alright, no cards left in their library. And we'll just pass the turn. Draw our last card. And decline. Alright, we did it. Wow. That took a lot of clicks, but got there eventually. Alright, GG. Okay, on the draw. And looks okay. Give it a try anyways. Oh, on a red. Could hold up, cut down. Just Duress, I guess. See if I can. Oh wow, okay. Witchstalker Frenzy. Lightning Strike is almost worse than Rage here. Weird as that sounds, but if they go Emberheart Challenger, I'm okay with that. I'll just cut it down here, I think, before they can target it with anything. Let's go Seed of Hope first. See what we hit. Lands, that's fine. And do another Painless land, which can be good. Take out Challenger. Gives me something to eat up with the Ooze here. I have another one. Okay. Well, they can respond with Monstrous Rage. Okay. Alright. Do I try to see what they target? And then cut that down? I don't think so. I think I just take it out before they can get any card advantage out of it. And then just play the Ooze. Let's see, they can kill the Ooze. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Well, if they do that, then they can't Monstrous Rage their guy, so that's fine. If they kill my guy for 3, they spend all 3 of their mana to kill my Ooze, then I think I'm okay with that. Obviously not going to block. I know they have the Rage, so probably would spend all 3 of the mana to kill the Ooze if I were them. Oh, Might of the Meek, okay. Okay. Take 3. Land. Well, now they can't. Now it costs 4 because it's. Oh no, it's reached. Oh, that attacked. Okay, got it. Well, we can Duress that out of their hand. That might be worth it. Definitely would be worth it, most likely. Let's do this. So we can use the colorless mana here for the cash grab. Do we hit? There's a talent. I think I'll take that. Duress the Monstrous Rage, play the talent, and let's just hope that they just draw blanks for the rest of the game. That's kind of my hope here. Let's draw like 4 lands in a row. How about that? That would be nice. Guess I'll just run this out there. And we got, if we draw a Scavenging Ooze or any one of those things, well, they're swinging. I don't think it's worth it to block. I don't know. Could. Well, we can level this up twice, I guess. And attack? I have no point in attacking. Let's hold back. In case they have another haste guy or something. But yeah, we just need to draw the ooze and then they will lose. Held them off okay, but Hired Claw. No attacks. Well, that's maybe good for me. Play another one, I guess. And just kind of chill. Ooh, Screaming Nemesis. Annoying. Well, they have one card in hand. Which means they can't kill both of these. Like, if they have a Shock or a Monstrous Rage, they could kill one of them. But they definitely can't kill both. Right? I'll take the Screaming Nemesis hit. We got a lot of live draws here. If the hit on both of them just died, go to 5, okay. Another Scavenger's Talent. Okay. Well, I guess level it up. And I could sacrifice all these to get something back, but that doesn't really get me anywhere. That was interesting. So I might... Oh god. Yeah, okay, that is game. Unfortunately. Alright, GG. I am dead. Because I can block, but... Well, actually, well... No, wait a minute. It's not over, because I'll get a... Will I get a food token? Before... I think I will, right? Roll. Food token, yeah. I think I get food tokens before this does anything. So actually, I'm still alive, and I can mill myself? Is that useful? Yeah, that is useful to mill myself. Okay. Gain the life. If I had another mana up, that would be nice, but I do go to 2, and now I can't gain any more life. So, definitely dead next turn, or right now. I think this works. 1, 2, 3. If I do this, and I level up this one, I think I can pass the turn here, and then during my end step, let me see if I can set a stop, because this is at the beginning of your end step, yeah. Beginning of my end step, I can sacrifice 3 permanents, right? 1, 2, 3, and get back Scavenging Ooze, and then mill them for a bunch. And then, yep, get the treasure token. Resolve these. Resolve. And then, let's see, hopefully I still will get priority here. For my own graveyard. And then just kind of go through this. The motions here with reading. And graveyard. Solve. Alright. Okay, it's not water. And target myself. Or the library. I'm gonna have to take this all off here, but I should win. But I don't know. That is the if. I have 26 cards in the library. Know myself. No them. Let's see, I can move this up right now. Oh, it's all faster now. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Okay. Right then. I'm gonna try to maybe I have not already. 15 cards in 20%. That's quick. Space bar. Alright, good to go. Alright, no cards left in their library, so pass the turn and win the game. Sweet, sweet. Very nice. Never give up. Never surrender. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, on the draw. Sand looks pretty good, actually. Got the Goldkeeper and the talent. So, can't complain, I guess. Lead with Llanowar Elves. Already have the consoles. That does nothing against me. Well, gain a life, but trying to mill him out here, so. And it's dead. Candy Trail, sure. Mono white something or other. Let's see. Scavenging Ooze. I guess we could play that. Two. Next turn, we can go talent and the Keen-Eyed Curator. Do we think that they have like a Day of Judgment? Possible. We could play around it by just going talent and leveling it up. It's fine. Yeah. Do that. Next turn we can go for the Goldkeeper. Vault, sure. Ramping into something. We do need to have a card in our graveyard. Start the combo. This is exiled. Or we need to have something that we can sacrifice. Debating if I want to go for the Curator. Let's go Curator here. This way, we can actually cut down our own guy if we need to. If we must. to start the combo. They got access to 4, 5, 6 mana potentially if they play a land. Okay. Sure. Candy Trail. Two mana here. One card in hand. Well, I think I'm just going to go for it here. This is very odd. I cut down my own creature. I have something. Now they can activate Collector's Vault. Because you need a card in your graveyard to start this combo. It usually is not a problem because they kill something or you mill it or something like that. But here we go. I'm going to cut down my own creature. Put it in the tank. Alright. Get a food token. And now I'm just going to go for it. Yep. Alright. Let's start this with removing that. Okay. And go. Nope, enough. I'm gonna have to get it. No, okay, keep going. Alright, another one. Mill. Raising hands. Yeah, here we go with here. Okay. And yep, radar. Okay. And radar too. Alright. Alright, our opponent gave up. Thank goodness. Let's take a look and make sure the math actually was going to work out. Let's see. They had 19 cards left in their library, and I had 10 cards in my graveyard, so that was 2 per card. So I was going to mill them for 20 more. Yeah. Okay, that was going to work out, and we're going to mill them given the time they conceded. Appreciate that. Sometimes just not possible on Arena. So, all right. GG. Okay, on the play, this hand looks good, although a bit painful on the mana base here. Or quite painful in the mana base. Always look at our opponent's sleeves. Not sure who that is. Okay. Scavenger's Talent. And we can go Keen-Eyed Curator, I think is what we'll do. Yes. Duress this. Painless Land, that's nice. Go for the Keen-Eyed Curator here. and maybe just beat down. A lot of Keen-Eyed Curators. No creature to really remove, so play another one. Liliana, sure.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
Yep, it's fine. Sacrifice.
Haven't you
Get a
ever
food,
personal space?
and might as well eat up their graveyard here. I don't know if they have any like board sweepers in blue-black. I could just play out my guys. Probably take out the Liliana or just go face. I'll take out the Liliana while I have a chance.
Fine.
But yeah, I think I just run out my guys here. I don't see a reason not to. There is some mass removal in black, though. So, we'll see. We got creature, planeswalker. Okay. Jace is gonna mill themselves. Okay, looks like a reanimator kind of list. Ooh, well, we're pretty set up to stop reanimation shenanigans here. Pretty well, so that's nice. Let's go here. These go face. This will wait. Wait, do I have I have creature? This could be a 7/7? 7, 10. It's not quite lethal, is it? What do they have? They have creature enchantment. Sure, let's do that. Let's pump it up. Let's do Traxa, enchantment, and Planeswalker. Alright. Seems worth it, and still have a mana up to take out the Traxa in the graveyard if they try to reanimate it or something. Oh, there is. They did have the mass reanimation here. Give me the good game. This destroys everything. What do I take out? Might as well just take this out. Mute this opponent. Collected evidence. I exiled all my oozes. Okay. That is fine. Guess we'll see what we hit with Seed of Hope. Another land. Play out the Glissa. Okay. And with 3 Keen-Eyed Curators in the grave here. So our combo is kind of not going to happen. Bitter Triumph, sure. Got a Wishclaw. I can wish for the final. Let's see, because they have a Traxa here, which is a little scary. Although, I mean, they can just wish for a removal spell to kill my thing. So let's see. Other options are to level this up. And then 1, 2, 3. Could use this. I don't think it's worth it though. I'll just pass. We'll see if we can set up a turn where we just combo them off. We can get back. Oh, never mind. Although that that wait, are they just whenever we sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. It's extremely close. Because I need one more. If I had one more land, I could just sacrifice these and they would be dead, right? Do this, and... Is there anything I could search for that would let me sacrifice a permanent? Nothing I can think of. I don't really know what's left in my deck. Exactly, but... So if I get rid of 2 cards, they'll draw their last card, right? Yeah. Duress, okay. So they better have a way, yeah, okay. Chasing me, yeah. Alright, very close. I almost milled them out with, if I had one more land, obviously that would have been game. Yeah, or just a way to sacrifice a permanent. But, or, yeah, very close. Make him do it. Yep. Just curious what was in the bottom. Land. Another talent, yeah. Alright. Very dangerous move for them to play this thing. Because if I had drawn a land, I would have just killed them. Here. So. GG. Now we both have no cards in library. Alright. Hello, welcome back to the wrap-up for our Goldkeeper, Keen-Eyed Curator, Ooze, Scavenger talent combo here. This was a pretty fun one. Pretty sweet one. Not so fun to click through all the things, but definitely interesting combo here. I feel like there's some competitive potential with this. I don't know if it's, that great. Just because, again, if this was like maybe 3 mana, I think this combo would be much better. Being 4 mana just makes it a little clunky. But I feel like there's probably a better way to build this overall. Not sure how many tutors you need. The Seed of Hope, Cash Grab, and Talisman, but they seem fine. Mana base probably isn't perfect as well. But overall, seemed like a decent deck, and it was kind of cool when it went off. Again, it's a really hard deck to play on Arena because of the timer. But in paper, I think this could be something fun to play at an FNM or something like that. Maybe just surprise your opponents and build them out. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below any ways you may improve the combo or any other ideas with it. Kheru Goldkeeper is a heck of a card too, and I know there's other combos with this for sure. But yeah, this is kind of the problem is this just costs a bit too much to have a combo work with it. But we'll see if they print other cards that kind of create more redundancy with this, or maybe there's some other cards I'm not even thinking of that would fit into this combo as well. Again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.